Chapter 85 is 3 swords versus 6, and we're going to get to see the next part between Koby and Helmeppo. And it is Koby and Helmeppo's Chronicle of Toil, Volume 3, A Rest at the Edge of the Base. They're resting at the edge of the base with that girl that brought food to Zoro way back in the beginning. That's pretty exciting. They're having lunch. You can see they're having her rice balls. Oh, that's so cool. And now that I don't remember making it into the show. I don't remember that part being in the show at all. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think that was something they just cut out. Brother Zoro is in bad shape. His wounds have made him feverish. If those wounds not open now, he'll die for sure. But there's no time to worry about that. Only Brother Zoro can clean up this island. Doom. Roronoa Zoro, you look like a walking corpse, and I haven't even started on you yet. Hachi says, keep your comments to yourself, as he goes into the 3-sword style. Puts his bandana over his head and has the sword. It's one sword in his teeth. Catch, brother. Whoosh, as they throw the 2 swords in. Foot. This is bad. I'm about to pass out, and my fever, instead of going down, is rising. Huff. And she says, brother, our swords. We threw them to you. Catch them. I'll show you a world that no 2-armed human can enter. This is the 6-sword style, which can only be performed by someone with 6 arms and a charmingly flexible body. Brother Zoro, look out. Tentacle sword overload. They're crying. It's like they think he's gonna die here. Swap. And catches the 2 swords in between the 6 swords that were flying at him. 3-sword style, he says. What? Huh? Try countering this wild dance with only 3 swords. Whoop. He starts swinging at him frantically. Streaming wolf swords. Huh? And he lunges right through him with that same attack he does so often. And right out of his chest, he cuts right through him. And blood's gushing out of his chest. He got Hachi. He did it. He got past that 6-bladed whirlwind. Zoro's incredible. Now you really made me mad. Hachi says, I'm going to chop you up. Just think about it. Mathematically, 3 blades is the maximum you can hold. You have no chance against my 6 blades. He has this wound through his chest, but he's still going. Mathematically, Zoro says, that would be a grave miscalculation. What drives you? Okay, now he sees a flashback to Mihawk. What he says to him. What drives you? Why do you fight so hard when you cannot win? I may only have three blades, but look at them. They're much weightier than yours are. Whoa! Look. He's swallowed an awful lot of water. If we can't free him soon, it'll be too late. Oh, wow. So, okay. It shows Noiko holding him by the head, and then Genzo has a huge hammer, and he's trying to break the rock. Darn it! I don't know if this will work on the ocean floor. The water's buoyancy is too strong, he says, as he's trying to hit it, clang. Mr. Genzo, hurry! It's no use. I can't break the rock, Genzo says to Noiko. And I can't carry him to the surface with the thing attached. I need an oxygen tank, but there's no time to get one. That's it. Look. What? You think your swords weigh more than mine, idiot? Hachi says, my swords weigh 650 pounds each. They're much heavier than yours, puny human. I won't waste words on a fool. 6-sword style. Octopus pot stance. Here goes. New Year's. Clang. Open. Oh no. As he dives right into him. Body slam. And he hits Zoro directly on. Ow, his wounds. He hits him directly where his wounds were. Brother Zoro is gonna die. He's got blood coming down his face now. I won't let you touch down alive. So he flings him actually up into the air. Waltz of six swords. Waltz of six swords. If it's so much as touches you, you're mincemeat. He's spinning the swords around to try to chop him up once he comes back down towards you. Prepare to be diced. And they all look concerned. What? Johnny has tears going down his face. Clink, clink, clink. I touch. Arlong and them just look unfazed. Wheeze. As Zora came down and actually somehow stabbed right through him again and avoided the six swords. He went right through it. Huh? What could have happened? Yosaku, all this fighting's sure to open up Brother Zoro's wounds. That human matched the rotation of my blades and passed right between them. And he even managed to cut up my hands. He cut him up, wow. Well, I'm a swordsman, not an acrobat. Oh, now I've really had it with you. I'm really going to kill you. Cling. Huff, huff. Plop, plop. Brother Zoro looks like he's in pain. I'd trade places with him if I could. Even most people would pass out from wounds like these. I cannot fall. Six sword style. Octopus pot stance. You're as good as dead, Hachi says. He's formed like a dagger. Like, he's formed like all the swords next to each other. Really close. Even if these wounds would kill most people, I cannot die, Zoro thinks. This technique is 100% unstoppable. It already worked on you once, Hachi says. Whoosh, and he lunges towards him. I have to live to defeat Hawkeye, Mihawk. I cannot fall. Oni, New Year's. Gary, he says. Huh? And he lunges out of the way. He uses the Oni Gary. And lunges right through, cutting and busting all of his swords that he had. Now, do you see whose swords are weightier? Octopus boy, are you satisfied? Dragon! Whoa! Grar! Octopus fritter! Frenzy! He says. Twister! He does his twister move. Thwam. And Zoro cuts him down and right through the chest, and you see blood's gushing right out of his chest. How could I lose to only 3 swords? Hachi says as he's laying on the ground. Johnny and them look so surprised. Hachi, Arlong says, he couldn't have. The rest of you are beneath my notice. I have to save Luffy. Roar Zoro, how dare you do that to Hachi? Like, his name is Kurubi. Their names are a little bit tricky. That's one thing I will say. There's just too many of the fishmen. You sent me flying quite a way before, Brother Cook. I never thought there was a human in the East Blue who could take the full force of my punch and live. I'll wager there are lots who could do it. Especially at a certain restaurant, I know. Sanji says, Doom. You underestimate me. And that's the end of the chapter. Interesting. And here's a coloring corner. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like something you can color in around the park. Okay. So we finished that. The fight's getting interesting. They have got to save Luffy. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens next time. Tomorrow we'll be covering 86 through 90. So I'm going to stop the recording here.